Hello, this is Brad, and I am with Mid-Continent Public Library. Welcome to our online Radio Tuners series. Today, we will be looking at TuneIn. This is an online radio tuner that allows us to listen to our favorite local stations, as well as explore radio stations all over the country and even the world. Whether we want to listen to music, sports, or talk radio, we can use the TuneIn website to find just what we want. We can also listen to podcasts and some audiobooks through TuneIn as well. Let's go ahead and get started. I am going to need a web browser to navigate to the TuneIn website. So today I am going to use Microsoft Edge. And then in my address bar up top, I will need to enter the web address, which is tunein.com, and that is going to direct me to the website. And there are several ways to find radio stations. If I knew the station that I wanted to listen to, let's say I want to listen to a local radio station online, I can enter the name of that station here in this search box. Let's say I'm looking for a local classic rock station, and then it will give me some search results, and I can see the station I was looking for right here. So any station that I want to listen to, if I know the name of it, I can search for it here on TuneIn, and it will begin playing. We aren't going to be able to hear any music today, but it is playing through this player down here. And right now, I am listening to an advertisement. I will need to listen to both TuneIn advertisements as well as the station's regular ads. Once this 30-second ad is over, it will say that I am listening to the live radio station. And I can adjust my volume over here if I want to. And that's how I can listen to a local radio station online. I can find more information here, such as where the station is located, the genres it plays, any related networks, the language that the station is in, as well as a website. And now that we've seen how to find a station that we know, let's go back to the home page by clicking Tune in the top left corner. First, I do want to point out that even if we change web pages, we are still listening to that local Kansas City station down here. And that station will not change until we have selected another station. To find some new radio stations, we can select the Listen Now button in the top left corner. This is going to show us all kinds of different stations. Here are some featured stations. Some of these are music, some of these are sports, some are talk radio. We're getting all kinds of different suggestions up here. Right underneath of that, I can see recent stations. This shows us all the stations we have recently listened to. We only have the one right now. And below that, there are some other featured stations that are new. They have some featured collections for us. And over here on the left-hand side, we have some options that are very useful for finding different stations. Let's select this radio option first. This is going to show us all kinds of radio stations all across the country and even the world on this neat map feature. So here we see this map of the whole world, and we see all of these different stations. Now, if I wanted to, I could search for stations from this page as well. Let's go ahead and search for that same local station. It will give me results for my search on this map. And as I zoom in using my scroll wheel or this plus and minus sign, I will see even more stations. There we can see that local Kansas City station right there. So I could search for stations here as well if I knew the name. But let's go ahead and zoom out and let's clear out the search results. I'm going to show you another way to find stations. We have all of these different genres up here, and these will allow us to filter stations all across the world. So if I select country, it is going to show me country music stations on my map. Right now I have the United States on my map. If I zoom in, I'm going to see more and more country music stations. So if I was tired of listening to the local country station, I could tune in to any of these stations across the entire country. And we might not find every single radio station that exists on this map. It is only going to be those ones that allow listeners to tune in through the TuneIn online radio feature. Let's go ahead and select another criteria up here. This is sports radio. So right now I have country and sports radio selected, so I'm seeing stations that fit within either of those two criteria. So I see sports stations here. I can just click on one to begin listening. Each time you click on a new station, you probably are going to get an advertisement before you can begin listening. And like I said, this is not just for the United States. Over here, I'm seeing country and sports radio in Europe. So here is our map feature. There are other ways to find stations by location. And to do that, we are going to go over to our left-hand menu and select the by location option. This is going to allow us to look for stations in a specific area without the map. So first, I need to select one of these regions. These are continents. Let's select North America. And then it's asking me to select one of these countries. I am going to select the United States. And then I can choose a state. Let's select Missouri. And then now I can explore stations within Missouri. They have a list here. Or if I wanted to define this by a specific metropolitan area, I can select one of these options up here. Let's click Kansas City. And so instead of navigating that map, I could also search for stations by location in this area. And like we saw, I can listen to stations right here in the Kansas City area, or I could go somewhere in an entirely different state or country. Now let's check out the music option over here. This is going to show us music radio stations. They have some popular featured stations up here. They're showing us some top stations that people like to listen to. We can sort by genre. There is also sports, so if we want to listen to sports radio, I can select this option, and it shows me all kinds of different sport radio programs. Now we do see this one that says premium. That is actually letting us know that this is something we cannot listen to for free. We would need to start a free trial of the TuneIn Premium program, which we can read about here. There are some added benefits to that, like live sports stations, some commercial-free stations, and audiobooks. So if we were interested in that, we could look into it. There's also news and talk radio over here. There is also a by language area. So if we wanted to look for stations in a specific language, we could do that from here. Let's say I want to listen to stations that are available in German. I can select that right here. And then I would need to select music, talk, or sports. I am going to choose music. And then I could choose a genre. Let's try country. And then now I can listen to country stations that are available in German. There is also an option to listen to iHeartRadio, which is a popular national radio program. Besides radio programs, there are podcasts, which are incredibly popular right now. I could search for a podcast in one of those search bars we saw earlier, or on this page, I could explore different podcasts. They've got some different featured options here. There are also audiobooks, as we see over here. And this is another feature that is limited to those with TuneIn Premium. However, we can read these books up here, these classic literature ones. Those are available without a premium subscription. However, if we want to read any books outside of these classics, we are going to need a paid subscription. That little star icon lets us know that these audiobooks are only available with a TuneIn Premium subscription. Of course, we all know that if we want to listen to audiobooks from the library, we can use the Libby app, which has hundreds of thousands of free ebooks and e-audiobooks. So before you sign up for TuneIn Premium, definitely check out Libby to make sure it has the book that you want. It's a fantastic resource that is free with your library card. If we go over to our recents, we can see recent stations that we have listened to. That could be handy in case you found a new station that you loved and you want to continue to listen to it. And this is the TuneIn radio website. It's a great way to listen to stations you love and discover brand new stations for music, sports, and talk radio. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to follow our MCPL 360 Facebook page. We premiere new videos every Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. And if you miss the premiere on Facebook, you can watch all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our MCPL Mo YouTube channel. This has been Brad. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.